Hey guys, if you're interested in getting a Toja grid, this video is for you. It's been about like a year since we've had this installed. Super impressed with it. So I'm going to be going over things like size, the cost, the time it took, what supplies you need, things like that. I'm hoping it answers any questions you guys may have, and we'll get into it. So let's go. All right, first up is size. So just like the title says, this is a 12 by 12 Toja grid pergola. I believe this is called the 12 by 12 grid 30 installation. And what sets that apart is these are 6 by 6 posts. And then some of the roof parts here might not have any posts. These grid 30 ones, they have 4 by 4 posts that go down the roof part here. So super impressed with it. Again, 12 by 12. The height for the legs, these are 8 feet. That's what the instructions call for. And then that's pretty much it, right? So you got your 12-foot posts here, 8 foot for the legs, and then you just have 12-foot 4x4s that are going to be for the top here. And don't forget that 6x6 at the peak too. That's a fun one to mount. But that's what you can look for the 12 by 12 grid 30 kits that they have. Cost. What does something like this cost to put in? So I did some digging before getting on the camera here, and Home Depot still has a kit, just this exact one and other ones too. They're like a distributor, whatever. This is $2,800. So the $2,800, what does that get you? That gets you everything you see here except the wood. So brackets, hardware, the canvas top, the brackets on the ground, all that fun stuff. The only extra thing we have by Toja Grid that wasn't included is this U-channel kit right here, and that's to do like a nice like privacy screen type filter. I ended up doing 2x8s. You could do different sizes, whatever you want, but we did this just as like a privacy screen area, still see people coming in but kind of block the view. That's what you can plan on as far as what you get. So you can see up here, right? There's the peak brackets, all that fun stuff. So everything except the wood. Now the wood, this was from Menards, good old Midwest store here, if you're familiar with them. These are 6 by 6 posts. These are actually pre-treated. They're called cedar tone. So that's what these have. These are $60 a piece right now. Now, the 8-footers, maybe they're a little bit cheaper, but I looked online, 12-foot 6x6s, the cedar tone, so pre-treated, $60 a pop. That's what you can plan on. So on to time. How much time does this take to construct or put up? I did a really cool time-lapse video from last year. I'll try to link it here in the video in the upper right. Kind of cool just to see, what it takes, what you can expect, things like that. And so with factoring that in, speeding up everything, I bet you 4 to 6 hours. If you did this in 4 to 6 hours with 2, 3, 4 people, that should be plenty enough time to do it. Getting into the tips and tricks though, to kind of save you guys time, here's the thing we found out. So when you buy a 6x6, right, the actual dimensions is 5.5 by 5.5. Sometimes this wood might swell up or be a little bit different, right? Maybe instead of 5.5, it's 5 3/4 or something. It's swelled up. It will be a bear to fit in here. So what a really good tip would be is to take like a chainsaw and grind parts of this stuff off, right? Just to get a little bit of the finish off so it'll slide up in there. Because what you need to do, slide that up in there, screw it down. If not, get the mallet out, the maul, whatever it takes, because it's going to take some brute strength to get that in there. It won't go anywhere. It'll be solid forever, right? It'll survive a tornado. But that's going to be the one tip I recommend is, at the store, measure this stuff, make sure it truly is 5.5 by 5.5. If not, just know you're going to have to chisel away or use a chainsaw or something to kind of eat a little bit in these sides so it can slide into the platform easy. And another thing I wanted to mention before going into supplies is this cedar tone stuff I was talking about from Menards. This is pre-stained, right? So the cedar tone, I can't remember what exact color it was, but it has like a walnut type stain look to it. Guys, this saves so much time. I mean, all you're doing is cutting, You know, making sure your post, like here, it's supposed to be 12 foot, making sure it's exactly 12 foot, sliding it in, screwing it in, and then there's no staining, right? This part's all done. It's been a year. This stuff is held up. The color still looks like it did on day one. This is, you know, treated lumber that's meant to be outside anyways. Guys, definitely look into getting pre-stained wood if you just want to save all that time and not have to worry about it. I mean, I don't have to break out the paintbrush or a cloth, stain up in here, make sure I'm not, you know, messing with the metal brackets, dripping anywhere. I definitely strongly recommend looking into pre-stained wood. The last one being supplies. What do you need to have on hand to make this happen? All your standard stuff that I hope you guys would have anyways, right? Hammers, drills, Phillips head bits, a chop saw, or, you know, a reciprocating saw, or sawzall like people call it. I mean, there's a lot of things you could use. We got to cut the wood, get it to the actual dimension, right? A 12-foot post here isn't actually going to be 12 foot exactly. You're going to need to cut it to that. So whether it's a chainsaw, sawzall, chop saw, you know, whatever you have to get that to the perfect dimension to fit that in. And then from there, like I said, maybe a hammer to make sure to, you know, bang it all the way in, because there's a metal bracket in here to let you know when it's fully seated. And then boom, zip it in with the included hardware they have with the Phillips head, and you guys are good to go. It's not that complicated, and I think that's why it's worth the price too. These metal brackets, super sturdy, super strong. Slide it in, you know, screw it down, and that's it. There's no needing to figure out angles. You know, all this work's done for you. It looks sweet having the like powder coated, you know, black aluminum or steel look type thing that it has, and they do all this hard work for you. This is like Legos, but instead of plastic pieces, it's just heavy ass pieces of wood you're using to put together and snap together. All right, guys, well, that's it. I mean, I'm hoping I covered most of the things or questions you guys would have, but again, it's not that complicated. I mean, the instructions are really good. Everything came together. We are super impressed with this pergola. I mean, it sets everything apart. You know, we did this new pool. We love it, hanging out all the time. And when it's super sunny and you just want to be out of the sun or hang out, even for entertaining, guys, this is where it's at. It's so cool to just hang out in here. A lot of the times too, you know, kids will be swimming, things like that. Parents, we'll just chill in here, be out of the sun, talk, have fun, and let the kids swim. So strongly encourage, really encourage you guys to look into Toja Grid. Maybe there's some other brands out there. You know, we went with this one. Super impressed. No issues. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below. You know, ask me, or you know, there's probably even other people who have a lot of videos on this too. But again, strongly recommend them, and hope you guys are interested in wanting to build your own. All right, thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.